You ask your child to do something simple. Put the toy away, come to the table, stop climbing the couch. And somehow, instead of doing it, they slow down. They look at you. They keep doing the thing you just told them to stop doing. Or they suddenly become louder, sillier, more dramatic than ever. And in that moment, it doesn't feel random. It feels intentional. It feels like they know exactly what they're doing. And maybe you've even thought to yourself, why does my child always seem to test my patience on purpose? It's a question so many parents ask, especially on the hardest days, because when it keeps happening over and over, it starts to feel personal, but most of the time, it's not personal at all. In this video, we're going to break down 5 real reasons children seem to test your patience. And the 5th reason is the one that changes how many parents see this behavior completely. Before we get into the reasons, I want to ask you something. What's the one behavior your child does that tests your patience the most? Tell me in the comments. All right, let's get into the reasons. Reason 1, they're trying to understand where the limits really are. The first thing to understand is this. When children push, repeat, resist, or keep doing something after being told not to, they're often not trying to make your life harder. They're trying to figure out where the boundary actually is. Children learn through repetition and testing, not because they didn't hear the rule, not because they forgot it, but because they're still trying to understand how solid it is. To adults, a rule sounds fixed. To a child, a rule often feels like something they need to test in real life to fully understand. And that's why consistency matters so much. Because if the boundary changes every time, the testing usually continues. Try to respond in a calm, predictable way, not with a huge emotional reaction one time and no reaction the next. Stay steady in your response. The more steady you are, the less your child needs to keep checking where the line is. Reason 2, sometimes your reaction becomes part of the pattern. This one is hard to hear, but important. Sometimes children repeat frustrating behavior because the reaction they get from us is powerful, not because they enjoy making us upset, but because strong reactions are emotionally intense, and emotionally intense moments are memorable. Maybe you're busy talking to someone, answering a message, cooking, or helping a sibling, and suddenly your child starts doing the one thing they know will get an immediate response. Not because they sat down and planned it like an adult would, but because over time they've learned this works, this gets attention fast. Children are incredibly sensitive to patterns. If one behavior reliably creates a strong response, that behavior can become more likely to happen again, especially if they're craving engagement, stimulation, or reassurance. Reason 3, what looks like pushing buttons is sometimes a need for connection. This is one of the most overlooked reasons. Sometimes children become more challenging not because they want conflict, but because they want closeness, and they don't always know how to ask for that directly. Let us take this example. You've been busy all day. Your attention is split. You're answering emails, cleaning up, thinking about 100 things, and your child suddenly becomes louder, more clingy, more demanding than ever. And in that moment, it looks like they're trying to make things harder, but underneath, it may be a very messy form of saying, notice me, be with me, I need you. Children don't always seek connection in sweet, calm ways. Sometimes they seek it through disruption. Because disruption works, it pulls you back in. Try to give focused attention before behavior escalates. Even 5 or 10 minutes of real, present connection can reduce a surprising amount of acting out. What can you do in that time? Play with them, talk about their day, sit and watch what they're doing. Simple, undistracted moments where they feel your full attention, because connection often lowers the need to provoke. Reason 4, they may be overwhelmed, and overwhelmed often looks like opposition. There are times when a child seems especially difficult, especially reactive, especially determined to push every button. And in those moments, what looks like deliberate testing may actually be dysregulation. In other words, their system is overloaded. They're tired but still trying to keep going. They're hungry, overstimulated, frustrated, or emotionally full from the day. Then you ask for something simple. Put this away. Come here. Get ready. Stop doing that. And suddenly the response is huge. Not because the request was huge, but because they had almost nothing left inside to manage it. So when behavior suddenly gets much worse, ask yourself, what else might be going on here? Are they tired, hungry, overstimulated, emotionally full from the day? Try to ask them. Sometimes understanding the state behind the behavior changes the whole response. Reason 5. They're discovering the power they have in relationships. This is the reason that surprises many parents most. Children are constantly learning something very important. My actions affect other people. That is a huge developmental discovery, and once they begin to notice that what they do can change what you do, they become fascinated by it. They delay when you're in a hurry, and suddenly you see your tone shift, your body language changes, your attention sharpens. They realize, what I do affects mom, what I do affects dad. They repeat a behavior after being corrected and watch closely. What feels like they know exactly how to push my buttons is really they are learning that they have influence. That is a normal part of development. The goal is not to crush that discovery. The goal is to teach them how to use power in healthier ways. Stay grounded. Don't hand over the emotional steering wheel. When you remain calm and clear, you teach something powerful. Yes, your behavior has impact, but it does not control the whole room. That's a lesson children need. So when your child seems to test your patience on purpose, pause before assuming the worst, because underneath that behavior, there's usually something deeper happening. A search for boundaries, a search for attention, a need for connection, a nervous system under stress, or a growing awareness of power and independence. So if this changed how you see your child's behavior, like the video and subscribe for more insights like this. Because when you understand the behavior, you stop fighting it and start guiding it.